Okay. Hello. Greeting from I'm Mantak Chia. We like to start Tao's energy healing medicine, and the tradition of the Tao go back to many thousand years. They start with acupuncture, qigong, and healing, and that is connect. So the whole thing about the Tao's is start with the human, the nature, and the universe, and they discover that the human body have to be the same as the have to link with the nature and the universe, and that's what they start all the healing take place. And it's so much not based on a belief system, but the Tao belief with yourself, connecting with the nature and the universe, or we call the force, the power, the supreme energy, the power. So the Tao have so many pieces. I learned quite a few pieces, and we teach this in the summer retreat. That is most of the major healing, and it's very practical because we start with the energy, and we start with the abdominal body, the organ, abdominal area. Okay, so we divide into we're beginning with the cosmic healing. So the cosmic healing, first thing you have to get the energy. Get the energy. So we start with the palm. The dantian, we always start with the dantian qi, and develop the dantian qi and develop in a different color. So each center in the energy center have different color, and different color have the different healing property. And when you are dantian, so the abdominal area, dantian here refer to abdominal area. In the Tao, they say it's a fireplace, or we call the energy storage place. If I can feel the dantian fire or activate the dantian fire, I can change the color in the dantian. And the abdominal area, or we call, so the whole key in the Tao, there must be something, but in the West, we know that everything is the abdominal area, the operation, all the major organs, everything is in the abdominal area. So the abdominal area in the Tao, we believe that it stores energy. And in the abdominal area, especially below a navel and below the navel, we call the center, it stores the original force. And this original force have the power. Now, if I can activate the color, and color activate all the center, different color, and we can manifest in the palm, different color, and change different color. So in here, the first step, like we want to do a negative and positive, like the fingers, the thumb, index, middle, ring finger is blue, or we call yin channel, yin, the blue color. Now the pinky fingers and the palm is a red color. So it's a positive. So when we have negative positive, we generate electricity. So we always refer to negative and positive, or we call the north and the south. When the north and south spin together like a Tai Chi spinning, so you can see that how when it starts with the spin, it generates electricity, or we call magnetic pull. So you can draw qi and you can send qi. And when you have trained the dantian chain fire and your mind, because humans are so much oriented. Now we grow up with color, monitor, computer, color, and all kind of pixels, so many color. And human energy field in the universe also with color. So now when we understand everything in the universe is color, like the flower, forest, green, flower, many colors. So all these colors so much involved with our energy field. And when we know the color and the nature color help us to enhance our own energy healing. Okay. So very simple. If you think, actually you don't need to do anything much. Our tip of the fingers and the palms, they already have vortex. Okay, you don't have to do anything because every people fingerprints, nobody the same. Billion and billion people, nobody have the same fingerprints, and nobody have the same spiral of force. So when our fingerprint is a spiral, we call the vortex. So let's everybody, when you rub your hand warm and you put your hand out and you just think about this picture, the negative, the positive, and the vortex spinning. The vortex. So when you feel the vortex spin, that's all you do. You start to feel one negative, one positive when it come together, and it come up into generate out negative and positive energy and become the and you feel energy spinning in your palm, and it generate out magnetic field. And you can feel that you can start to draw chi when you have a negative, positive come together, and you like this spiral. You like this spiral. When you like this spiral, focus on it, smile, and focus on it, red and blue. And later on, you can change to any color. Once you get the red and blue principle, the two always have two colors come together. Always two colors come. And when you get that, when you put the hand and you spiral, when you spiral, you feel energy. You feel energy. And you pull, you feel a magnetic field pulling. So everybody have that because we born with that. That's all. We're born with it. So when you do it, and when you train yourself, so there are a certain pattern that I'm going to go with you that so a certain pattern that you learn how to, like the dantian, dantian, we can activate a red fire. And later on, we have always fire, they have negative, positive. Okay. They always have negative, positive to form a magnetic field. Okay. So that's how we call biostatic electric or magnetic Neigong. So that's why once you learn, have your dantian have enough chi, dantian is connecting to the universe. So when you connecting with it and you start it to very gentle, you feel vortex spinning in your fingers, vortex spinning. And your one hand put on a dantian, one hand put on the palm, and you train a red color. And this red color come up into your palm. And when you focus them in the tip of the fingers and the palm, now you feel very a beam of energy. Okay. So there are many, so we go through different color and how the color do and heal. So the whole differences in the Tao is the energy. because we are the master of training of the Qigong, Qi energy. So now when you learn the Qi, they're color now. So different Qi color can heal different things. And it generates, so like the green color is generated from the heart. Okay. And the we have gold color, which is the gold color, which is start from the gold color, which is start from the heart, the solar plexus. So when you are aware of the solar plexus, mean between the navel, keep the sternum, break in the middle, solar plexus. And when you're aware of the solar plexus, gold color, and you bring the gold color to the palm. So it is a whole set of training that you need to understand. So so you're going to go to the whole different process of the color. And from there, you learn how each color can do what healing. Okay, each color can do what healing. And what kind of color in the nature that we can tap in, or we can use the nature of the food, or the color of the food, or color of the clothes that we wear, also affecting our energy for healing also. Okay. And you also need to train your thumb and download the color energy in your thumb, because the crown have different color, and your thumb like a thumb drive, like the Type 3 USB, you can download into the thumb drive. Now, that is the thumb, okay, your thumb. So when you download them with the color, and the thumb remember that, and you need any color, you can project the color. So you learn how to do the color in different finger color. And so the whole procedure of the cosmic healing, there are many healing take place. Okay, many healing. And so so that is the whole cosmic healing. One. Okay, so you have a whole series of how to activate. So we have the water. We say we make the holy water. So you go to the holy water is every system that have it, but the Tao makes it so simple. Everybody can do it. It's a technology, not a belief, not a miracle. Now, when you have good energy, good chi in your hand and in your mind and in your hand, you can change the water. Okay, when you can activate the energy from the universe, bring it down to the water, and give them the color, now you can do a lot of healing. Okay, now we also, so the whole summer retreat, we have many healing. We have the cosmic healing tool. Cosmic healing tool involved with the we are channeling the energy from the universe, okay, into the scalp. So the different part of the scalp connecting with the different part of the organs, okay, and the planet, and the constellation, and the color. And so we're living in a very colorful world. So the different planet, like liver, Jupiter, and the scalp on the right side, okay, right side have a connection into the Jupiter and the Eastern constellation. Okay, so when you learn how to channel the energy, you can start to bring in different kind of power, and this is real energy, real frequency that is in the cosmic healing tool. So you channel them down into it's a real practice. It's not just a belief system. It's a real energy practice. Okay, and the real healing and the Tao healing is very famous into the world now, in the many, and Qigong healing also. In universe, the light, or we call the white light, always reflecting them like a rainbow color. Rainbow color have all the color, okay? And so the organ have different color. So the organ can link with the nature and color, and the organ can link with the planet color. So that's why all the scout is the key, the scout. So once we set up the scout, and now we can see that the scout have so much connection, okay? And the easy way to learn, and it's very fun to learn, it's not difficult, and people like it, is the color code. So from our organs to the scout, to the nature, and to the universe with the planets, the closest thing to us, they all have color code, and they link together. So once you get the color code, and you get the connection is your organ and the scout. Once you have the organ and the scout connection, now you have the organ, scout, and the planets. Because planets is the closest thing that we have in the universe. Okay, so we have 5 major planets, the sun and moon. The sun and moon, we always refer them is to one yin, one yang, negative and positive, yang, one yin, one yang. You connect. So when you connect it, you have the when you have this planet, and when you have this organ, scout, planet, nature, all connect. Now you very easy to tap in the power, tap in the energy, tap in the, when you get the planet, we also talk about different color. Sometimes the color and the wear, sometimes they use glasses also, but you can wear different clothes. So when you train, like the yellow clothes for the spleen, pancreas, and the green for the liver, Jupiter, and the scalp, so like that. So when you have this color, and when you have the color connection, now you're very easy to channel the energy. Okay? Now the another cream. So now we start with the Qin Nei Zhang. That is a cosmic 1 and 2. So we have cosmic 1 is 1 day, because many people take it already. So we are improve the color and the practice. So we emphasize to make sure you get the power in your Dantian, and make sure that your Dantian get the power. Once you get the Dantian power, now very easy for you to channel the color. Now in the Qin Nei Zhang 1, we got organ chi massage, is involved with color code again. So the whole abdominal have so many color. Now, one thing that I learned the Qin Nei Zhang, the best thing for me
for this Chinichang is me. Okay. So at night, when I'm laying down, I just press. So the first thing very simple. You find the navel. Okay. So everybody, if you sit back a little bit and you put your finger on the navel, will you put the finger on the navel? So when you put the finger on the navel and you touch the navel and you touch the other hand, touch the tip of the finger, tip of the sternum. So it's one line. So it become one line. So when the navel and the sternum become one line, so from here is a major line of the whole major line of the.
So when you touch the navel and you start from the navel, above the navel a little bit, you press down, hold, and see any tension. I tell you, this is stress. When you have stress, tension, emotional, this.
When you press and you spiral, maybe spiral about 9 times and rest for a moment. And you feel a release of tension and you move up maybe about 1.5 centimeter or 2 centimeter. Move up a little bit and you press down any tension. Sometimes you feel the tension very, very strong. The tension all the way to the back. Press all the way to the back. That means your tension is very strong because this is involved with lymphatic system, aorta, and the vena cava. When you press down, because this is the 3 major system in the body. Okay, this is the red blood, blue blood, and the white blood. That means the lymphatic system. So when you press for a while and you spiral, so everybody follow me. This is great if you can do it just this one line only. There are many lines. Okay, so if you so you see there's so much light run into the abdominal area. So you look at this number. There's so many light run into the abdominal area and connecting with all the meridian channel. But the Qin Nei Chang, one thing I like so much because it's the organ. And not many people understand how to massage the energetic massage of the organ. You actually work on the organ. And in the abdominal, we always have cramp, tension, stress. Okay. So when you from navel about 2 centimeters, you come up another 2 centimeters and you press down if you feel tension. Usually if you lay down the bed, you can press more deeper. Okay. You feel you can press down more deeper. So when you spiral for a while, you feel that this major area are released. So from the navel, you work on up, press, and spiral. And you move up again, press, the same line. Later on, you're going to learn, like in the Chinichang 2, every 1 centimeter you move is one blood, 1 pulse that go to different organs. Okay. So this one, it took me a long time to understand what the power system in the Qin Nei Chang, and now it's mastered it. Okay, and so you see the middle line here, the middle line from the navel. This many circle around here. That's the navel, and from here you go up all the way up. That is the from here all the way up. That is the aorta vena cava, lymphatic system, all in the middle line, and it all involved with the master pulse. So when you press up until you close to the tip of the sternum, if you can release this line every day, okay, usually we do one line all the way and going down to the pubic area. Okay. And you go into the left side. Left side, you about one and a half centimeter away. 3.5 centimeter. 3.5 centimeter from the navel. And you press the straight line from the level of the navel up to the rib cage like that. Both sides. If you do them every day, these 3 lines only, 3 lines. So we call the 3 lines. Okay. These 3 lines alone, you started to change your life, your emotional, your stress, your tension, everything is started to change. Okay. And the West discovered, now the West have more and more like they call the second brain. And now they discover this is a whole new organs. Okay, this is the whole digestion system, including the digestion, absorption. That's nearly cover all the major organs we have, and elimination. So in this area, how extremely, so this is the secret to health, to a good health, healthy, okay? Because if you get the digestion well, and you get the absorption well, and you get your elimination in a good shape, now you have the whole good health, very good health, okay? Now, the West, this is what the West discovered, a new organ. It's only a few years only. Okay, they discovered this one. Now, they also discover more that a Parkinson disease, which is beginning on the problem because the brain have not, but it started to have, it showed that it's in the abdominal area had not. So from there is a corrupt and the form the lump, the cramp in the brain in the people with the Parkinson's disease. It found that it start from the a small intestine because it covered the whole intestine. It's covered that. So the whole so this answer the whole key, when I start teaching, and I know the benefit of releasing all the knot, because my master said if people have 3 knots or 4 knots twist in the abdominal area, my master said that people are going to get stroke. That is serious, because it blocked everything in the brain. When the abdominal blocked, the brain started to block. And so now they have more understand about this, the whole second brain. And when the second brain cramp, or we call the mesentery. So now they know that the name called the mesentery. When this mesentery on the red, in the red color here, when the mesentery does not attach in the abdominal, or they started to twist, and it causes the blood supply, because the blood supply to go to this mesentery. We call the one that controls the digestion and absorption. And that will cause life problem, okay? And all is the twist and the tension and the lump. And for me, I've been teaching this 30 years, 30, 40 years now. And I say this is a great massage. For me, I learned this is for myself. And I don't know how much I really appreciate it because I can work on myself. Okay, I can work on myself. And so that is the Chi Nei Chang 2. Chi Nei Chang 1. Chi Nei Chang 1 is a major practice because you are working with the lump, the tension, the twist, and the tangle. And now we understand that the mesentery, the one that control all the digestion and absorption, it can be twisted, and that can be life-threatening, and that can be causing when we get old, we cannot releasing them, and it's always there, and that is a major cause of all Parkinson's disease because they are affecting the brain into a lump, twisted, and the brain cannot activate. So the benefit of this practice, I tell you, is great, but you need to learn because it's a whole technique, and it's a real technique, but you need to work with energy. Okay, so this is what the mesentery, or we call, so the whole mesentery is locating in the middle of the abdominal area. So we call the whole dantian, the whole abdominal area. Digestion, absorption, elimination is all in this abdominal area. Okay, so that is the Chi Nei Chang 1. So we call the second brain, lower dantian massage, and untie the knot and tangle. And now, finally, the West know more and more and more and more and more. And the new discovery, and the Tao have the practice already for 1,000 years. Okay. Now the Chi Nei Chang 2, I always tell people that I teach the Chi Nei Chang 2 for 30 years. I don't understand that much until I understand the pulses. Okay. The pulse is so much amazing. It's absolutely the amazing part about the pulses, because the human body pulse, we have the red blood. You know, the thing is that we have the red blood, the aorta, and the artery, they have pulse. But the vein, the vena cava and the vein, they don't have pulse. But when I learn with a master, you always talk about the blue blood. They say all the sickness caused by the blue blood, the return blood. But the return blood, no pulse. I never can find them, you know, until I just this few years I understand it. So that's why the Chi Nei Chang 2 involved with the chasing the wind. We call the evil wind, or in the olden time we call evil, the devil wind. And now we call the sick wind. Okay, it's just like when the food, when the stool, when all the things that you don't move very well, it creating a lot of ferment and very bad gas inside the body. Okay, and when the intestine block and no way to go anywhere, when you no way to go anywhere, now we're suffering from this or the evil wind. It attacking all the organs. It absorbs into the organ, because when the body when the gas in the intestine have no way to get out, it block the whole traffic. So the only one thing is that you have to get rid of the gas. But because the intestine block so much, and the gas cannot always get out, so that each organ and the empty space in the organ had to absorb this sick wind inside the body. So when you untie, when you Chi Nei Chang 2, you have you learn a few major points releasing the sick wind and bring them out and bring them down to the ground. Also, the major part is the activate the sick the pulse. Okay, when the sick wind come out and have so much, it affecting all the pulses, and all the pulses get trouble. Pulse is carry oxygen and nutrition into the cells. When the pulse not good, now the whole body suffer. Okay, it's very so the Chi Nei Jiang tool is we call working on the master pulse. So you have the red pulse, the blue pulse, and all the major organs have different pulse. All the major organs. Okay. So you can see all the major aorta, vena cava, red and blue blood. They have and along the major pulse, you can see how much organ pulse. So you learn one of the best technique. I just tell you this one of the best technique that even you're not going to do healing for yourself alone. You just amazing. You can use your finger press, or we have a dummy tool. I won't carry with it. We have a dummy tool. You can press yourself. Okay. When you feel tension, you just press, hold. That's all. Hold until it release, and you will let go. And then suddenly your stress, your tension, and the pain and the suffering is gone. Now, so that the Chi Nei Jiang 2. Now we have developed the Chi Nei Jiang 3. That means we already have that. It's an old technique. We call the
healing harmony. It's using the wooden tool, and we work on the muscle tendon meridians. Okay, so all involved with the muscle tendon meridian, and so 1,000 years the Tao discovered the muscle tendon meridian. The whole meridian involved with each organ also, and involved with the whole tendon and muscle. And the West discovered the same. This is the West discover. The West discover actually exactly the same like acupuncture meridian, the same exactly. We call the muscle train. And they discover the same meridian like on the whole spinal cord. We call the bladder meridian. And this is the muscle. Okay, this is we call the muscle train like a train running. So the muscle train is connection, not only separate muscle, but muscle connecting into one line and connection. They call muscle tendon meridian. When I learned this is ancient time. They use the wooden tool because it's involved with the wooden tool is involved with the wood, like liver involved with the tendons and muscle and tendon. Okay, muscle tendon meridian and the muscle train, they are nearly identical. It's exactly the same. That's what the West, this few years, they study a lot. And they understand that muscle have to be in the whole line, whole group. And they're all connecting together in one whole line. Exactly as the organ talk about. Now, in the healing harmony, we have a wooden tool. And this is the technique go back to many thousand years or so. And they use the vibration of the wooden tool to work on the meridian. And releasing along the muscle tendon meridian area. This is on both sides of the spine. The releasing the back pain is so quick. because the muscle is a whole line. If you release the whole line of the muscle, it's really, you can see the big difference when you releasing the whole line. Now, the sacrum is so much bone. So there are different tools to do on the sacrum, on the bone area. And so we call wooden hammer and a wooden tool. They make a noise and vibration, and they go deep into the muscle and tendon, definitely affecting the nervous system. And it's a great technique, you know. It's a great technique. And so people can do themselves also. Sometimes I do it myself on my abdominal or my leg. Sometimes my leg, you know. Definitely the back, you have to have somebody do for you. You know, you're gonna do yourself. But in abdominal and the leg, I always do myself. Sometimes, you know, it's fun to releasing some muscle. So the line, so this is the line, the hamstring line, the whole line. So the whole line, you have this releasing point of the whole back of the line. And the abdominal also, the great thing about abdominal, the wooden tool, this is what I do myself. In the evening, sometimes the finger is sore, so I use the wooden tool, lightly vibrating.
So involved with the touchy subject about the sexual organ, but there are so many sedimentation. The Kasai mean sedimentation. The sedimentation. You know, we breathing so many things and we eat so many things. A lot of toxin and heavy metal is settled down in the blood vessel, and they always go down into block into the sexual organ. For men, it's always blocked in the prostate gland, big trouble. For women, it always blocked in the it always blocked in the it's always blocked in the vagina, ovary, vagina, and uterus. Okay, it's a whole sexual organ, heavy, because in the sexual organ there's so much fine vessel inside there. So when the sexual organ, because humans stand up, all the heavy metal, all the thing, is go and settle down in the below and block all the sexual organ area. And it causing so much problem. They discover in the olden time, and now we know, when the testicle and prostate gland are blocked, the brain starts to get blocked. And that's what they discovered 1,000 years ago. So the people cannot think, or also involved with Alzheimer also, because the prostate gland and the testicle problem. Now the woman also, when the woman have this, when the woman in the sexual organ, you have the ovary, uterus, and the vagina. On the wall of the vagina, and there's so much heavy metal stepping down, like sand, we call like sand. And when like sand, when it like sand, so when it block, we cannot be affecting all the other organs. So that's why we need to clean them out. So the final stage is work. Sometimes the Kasai, you work until the pelvic floor. In some places or some people, they don't like people to touch their genital. So we don't have to touch the genital. Yeah. So that's what the Kasai Nei Chang, they really is another very good technique of how to clean out the genital area. So the Tao believe that the genital area is the major health for our body. It's a major health for our body, and affecting so many systems in the body. Okay, so now, and you can see that how the blood circulation that go right down into the sexual organ, and this the genital area, you have a big major pulse. So when this pulse don't work, they don't go to the genital, and they're causing a lot of sexual desire, a sexual organ problem. By releasing all this tangle around this pubic area, you can see the blood supply go right into the sexual organ. And oftentimes, the blockages is all in the pubic area. You have the small intestine pulse, you have the root pulse, and many of them is all the small intestine, because some small intestine cover so big, cover the whole abdominal area, and causing this causing all these sexual problems, sexual disease, sexual thing. So that's why the Kasai, I hope I hope that I have many people that come to learn, and now like that many places, not many countries, they started to allow people to do the sexual organ massage. You know, doctor, they don't do it. You know, they know everything they can touch, but they don't do that. But this is very special massage. As I say that you learn. So a lot of people come and learn for themselves also. So you when you learn it, you can do it yourself. You know, and it's a great release for all this. For the man, you see, in the testicle and penis. So the man, the sedimentation always come down to the testicle, block the testicle. Yeah, because it's very fine, fine blood vessel. Now another part that always going to cause problem is the prostate gland. So when the prostate gland for men is very low, and so all the heavy metal, when they pile together, it's very small. It just flow in the space. But when they come to the system and they accumulate a lot and the pile together become very big. And oftentimes it will settle down in the lower part of the body because we stand up. So the man is so much in the prostate gland. The woman is so much in the ovary and uterus. Yeah, it's so much there. And so the woman usually massaging on the abdominal area, lower abdominal pubic area. That is release a lot of heavy metal. For men, because the testicle is outside, and the prostate gland is in the lower pubic area, also can massage. Another part is not very good is in the anus, you know, because the anus you massage the back part of the prostate gland. So the Western doctor, they can touch anything, but they don't have. I don't think that they want to spend time because it takes time. It takes 1 hour to do it, and they want very quick, and you take a medicine finish, you know. So that's why I like. Until now, I still like massage. So I train so many therapists in Thailand also. So even now in the COVID, when we make sure that they're okay, I have them come and massage me nearly once a week. In the chinejang and all these things now. So it's so much amazing technique that we can really improve our health and our life. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So that is the 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 training. So we're going to go to the course that will come in December. So the summer retreat, we start with the July 1st to 31st. That is the basic, the awakening, healing energy, and so we have the July 3rd to 6th. We have the advanced inner alchemy practice and the advanced sexual alchemy practice. And the fusion 1 only. We have 3 fusion. We only teach fusion 1. This all this basic is so important. Many people take it. I have people taking this for 20 years. They're still taking it because it's so big study in this basic and the fusion. Now, so the advanced alchemy practice, you learn so much involved with the organ and alchemy part. The healing love, and one healing love, there's a lot of sexual magic inside there, which is we call the white magic in the Tao. It's the energy part. Okay, next slide. So that is the advanced sexual alchemy practice. So the Tao talk very simple. Male is female. Female is yin, male is yang. When come together, become two forces come together. It's the alchemy. And that every human have different alchemy inside their body. And you can draw different alchemy. Okay, next. And fusion is the beginning of the alchemy practice in the Tao. You're drawing the organ, fuse them together. You're drawing the outside energy, fuse them together, and come into the organ and become part of your energy. Yes, next. So we on the July 31st and August 3rd, we have the cosmic healing. Okay, 1 and 2. So the first day is the advanced cosmic healing 1, and the second and the third and the fourth day is the cosmic healing 2, because there's so much in the cosmic healing 2. Yeah. So people that haven't learned, they will learn something in the first day in the cosmic, and in the 4th day of cosmic, we always refer some to the cosmic healing 1. Yeah. And so now the cosmic healing 1 and 2, and 2 is involved with the how you connect your organ with the scalp, different color, organ different color, scalp different color, and the planet different color, and the nature different color to draw in the energy. Next. Now the Chinejang is August 7 to 10, Chinejang 1, internal organ massage. It's great, you know, you have to learn how to massage yourself first. That is the first step. The first thing I learned is massage myself. That's the first step, okay? And the chasing the wind, we call the and the reactivating the pulse. The pulse sometimes, you know, amazing, you know, you don't believe it. Sometimes you touch the people power is so low and you cannot even detect it. And when you started to clear out the blockages and you started to activate the pulse, or we call pumping the pulse, chasing the wind, it block everything, sick wind block everything. When you get the sick wind out, the pulse started to activate. And the toxin, the healing harmony, the toxin, and the kasai. So we have the healing harmony, the toxin on the 28, 29, and we have the kasai 28, 29, 30, 31. Okay, 30, 31 kasai is take about 1 day, 1.5 day doing the kasai massage. So the kasai massage is you can work until the pelvic floor. Usually the lady or the sexual organ is there. No. The schedule in 8:15, the Paris time, to 8:45, we have senior instructor doing the morning qigong exercise. Okay, and we start the main course and we break for lunch. And you have all the tools. Just now the tool, go back one slide. You have the tools. You have all different tools. So different kind of tool. This is dummy tool. And this is quasar tool. And this is hitting the sick wind. So all these rubber hitting. And we have so many tools that you can pre-order. Because all using in the Chinejang practice. Next.
Master Chia, I might just explain the schedule to everybody if
Next.
that's okay. So if we just go back to the schedule slide.
Next slide.
Yeah. So we have, just to let everybody know, hi, how are you? Just to let everybody know, we've had quite a few questions.
Hi, Mora.
Yeah, can you hear me?
So and also I think we have question and answer.
Yes.
I think they are also organizing the senior instructor review called coaching class.
Yeah, that's right.
For those of you are coming into the career path, which is the Josephine and Morgan will talk about the career. If you like to be in a healing Tao, Chinejang career and cosmic healing part, they will talk about how to become a practitioner, an instructor, and a senior instructor. Okay.
Okay. So I'm just going to explain a little bit about the schedule.
Mora will talk about
the schedule. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. So just to talk a little bit about the schedule
that we have.
Okay. You hear me, Master Chia?
I don't hear you.
Okay. I think everybody else can hear me. So I'm just going to explain a little bit about the schedule. So just to say that it does start at 8:15 in the morning Paris time. And we have a morning Qigong class with senior instructors. And then we have Master Chia teaches. And then he also has the opportunity to ask him questions live. Now, we've had a few questions coming in on YouTube and also here on Zoom about whether this is going to be the technical setup for the summer retreat. And just to say that it's not, Master Chia is actually in quarantine at the moment. So he's doing a great job of teaching all of these practices, and he also has to manage the technology. But just to assure you that he has a full technical team in Tao Garden. It's a hugely, very, very professional production. And in fact, we get a lot of compliments about how professional it is. So he will be back in Tao Garden for the beginning of July, and all of the workshops will be done there. And just to say for Chinei Tsang, we have 3-4 different camera angles so that you can see exactly the way he's teaching and see him demonstrate on a person. Okay, so just to get back to our schedule, so we have this live video Q&A, which people really enjoy. And they find it very useful, where they can go on video and ask questions directly to Master Chia. And then also later then we also have these coaching classes as well, which Master Chia talked about as well, with the senior instructors. So if we can go back to the slides, and I'll just explain because we have a bonus offer coming up. So, okay, so if the team can show the slides. So just to say that we have a coupon, like a discount for everybody. So you can get 20% off. If you use the coupon code summer 2021. And if you book within the next hour, you can get free bonuses, the ebooks of Cosmic Healing 1 and Chi Ne Tsang 1, which is the internal organs Chi massage. So that's if you book within the next hour, you can get 20% off plus those free books. The coupon code summer 2021 is available for 48 hours. Okay. And so just to share a little bit, like, so people have really enjoyed the online experience, loving that they can feel this energy transmission from Master Chia. Also, the camera angles have been really good for Chi Ne Tsang. Master Chia has a lot of very interesting slides. I know people were asking about that on YouTube as well. And it's a very hands-on course. It's very practical and you get a lot of healing. And even just by practicing on yourself, you can find a lot of very positive results as well. This is Marilena. She's just been saying that, again, we get a lot of comments about how structured and complete the course is. And it's always really useful for people that they can directly ask Master Chia. They go direct to the source, any questions that you have. And in that way, then it's a very complete program. And it's, yeah, very professional as well. So thank you for your patience today. It hasn't been our best technical day, but Master Chia is doing his best. And again, people saying, yeah, you know, you don't, it feels like you're in person with Master Chia. It can feel like a very intimate experience, like a one-to-one with him. You're not having to look over other people's heads if you're in a room or try and gather around. It's like being there in person. And many people saying that they actually can see more than if they were in a group with some other people. So next slide. And I know that also Master Chia really takes his time as he goes through the practice. There's also a lot of repetition to allow you, particularly with Chi Ne Tsang, to practice on another person. So he will do a demonstration and then you get a chance to practice on someone, whether it's Chi Ne Tsang or also if you're doing the cosmic healing practices. And again, which makes it very easy to understand. So many people can find that after doing the few days workshop that they can understand and start to put it into practice already. So, and again, his energy being very tangible and able to experience this energy transition. And of course, many people saying as well that it feels like it brings a book to life. You might have read some books or come across it before, but by doing the training online, it can really bring it all to life. Okay, so yeah, so I just want to check in with Wolfgang and invite him to share. So Wolfgang is the Cosmic Healing Branch Leader in the Universal Healing Tao System. Wolfgang, would you like to share a little bit of your experience with cosmic healing?
Hello, I'm Wolfgang Heusen from Berlin, Germany. and I'm in the cosmic healing nearly all my later conscious life. Since 25 years, I'm in touch with these type of healing, self-healing, and helping your own development. And we are born with our feet on the ground, so we are grounded by being born. But to deal with the energies and to experience these possibilities of this shamanian part of the Taoist system of Master Chia is an experience, is a journey inside. So these shamanian practices allow us to guide energies, to get rooted with Mother Earth, and connect us with the experience of the universal energy in the cosmos. And I tell you, all this is very, very exciting. And it is not, you don't need a shaman in exotic countries to experience these possibilities. You can do this yourself and you can learn this yourself. So with the Cosmic Healing 1, we experience our 9 spirits we have in our body. We get in contact with the energy of our organs and with the colors of these energies and the quality of these energies. And then when we have developed these consciousness, and I tell you, it needs time. It is not just an instant information and you get it. You need time to practice. You need time to get by with these new channels of experiences. And these altered states of consciousness are really, really exciting, I tell you. My life is full of this. Up to now, this is my favorite thing to do, my favorite practice. And when we get in contact with the life, when we get older, we have all these tragedies, these defeats, separations, and attacks to handle. And with the cosmic healing, we are able to locate these energies and to delete them step by step, to get the energy down of this appearance in our body, which appears like in let's say, illnesses and sicknesses and bad feelings in our bodies. And when we develop these techniques, we can easily, step by step, get the energy down of these appearances. And it is the sister of, the cosmic healing is the sister of the Qinetsang, because in the Qinetsang, Josephine will talk about it after my short introduction. We need the cosmic healing in the Qinetsang, and Josephine will talk a little bit about that later on. And for me, I can tell you, it's a big, big adventure, this journey inside, and just get in the course. And of course, we have many instructors all over the world who can give questions and answers and give guidance in your first and second and later steps. Okay, thanks for your attention and goodbye.
That's great. Thank you so much, Wolfgang. So interesting to hear your experience. And now I'd like to invite Josephine. Josephine, would you like to share your experiences of Qinetsang?
Okay, now?
Yes, we hear you now.
Okay, okay, good. Where do I start? I first got in touch with the 6 healing sounds, and I thought, wow, that's nice, that's great. Then I visited Master Chia first time, and he explained the base. That means the base of all what we are doing is the 5 element system. And that was so logical, reasonable, natural, and understandable for me that I thought, wow, this is a system I want to follow. Okay, I went deeper, and 1992, I learned Qinetsang, and I fell in love with it from the very first moment. And until now, it has never been boring. it brought all kinds of nice experiences. And I just would like to tell you 2 examples of my whole series of and hundreds of people I've touched in the meantime. It's really a method that heals all levels of the body, of our existence. And first of all, what I always put into focus is we give the body impulses with what we are doing, and we increase the consciousness and awareness of our existence and of all we are surrounded with. So when we guide people through this experience, tell them what they can do for themselves, massage-wise, and also give them exercises from the system, the results are amazing, I can tell you. But as we know, some people react very intensive, and some say, yeah, it was nice. Yeah, but I didn't feel a lot. So sometimes it needs a bit longer. But the most impressive experiences I made were 2 cases I want to tell you about. There was a guy who had a trauma from his childhood. Whenever a certain aggressive tone was in his environment, he froze in. He said he is immediately paralyzed. And so when he called me, I first was a bit suspicious and thought, what does he want? And he was insisting, yes, I want to have these massages. And I was a bit afraid what he really wanted, but in the end, after 5 sessions, we had the result that he had got rid of his trauma, and he could react when this appeared. And so are many people who said, oh, I've gone through this psychotherapy, I was in this talking therapy and behavior therapy or whatsoever, but my insights in my own patterns and how to release old patterns and old pain, old trauma. This is what was done through Qi Tsang without talking a lot, because it brings up the consciousness and awareness. And this is what is really my favorite in this kind of work. And of course, when you see that people start being more alive and more lightful and have more creativity, and this is what is my aim, working with people. So, and the second story was that a lady who felt very drained, and she said, oh, I feel so drained. I'm doing therapeutic work with women, and and I feel they are all trying to get my energy. And so after 2 sessions and giving her just one exercise, she came the 3rd time and said, you know what? I feel much more relaxed. I know to explain my borders a bit better, friendly, but very decided. So it's fine now. So I mentioned this because sometimes you get quick results with Qi Tsang, and sometimes it takes a bit longer. Or people take a certain series. This is what I experienced as well. And after half a year, they said, okay, I need it again. Okay, and then they came back. So I never try to hold people or try to tell them you have to, but I'm there when they need me. And I'm there when you need me. Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much, Josephine, and Wolfgang as well. So, Master Chia, I have a few questions for you. Would you be ready to answer some?
Yes.
So people have been really interested. So we have questions coming in on YouTube and Zoom. So how can I unblock the solar plexus?
The same level. Solar plexus is a major part of the digestion and the top part of the small intestine. Because when we stress, tension, emotional, another one, fear. Fear is always twist. And
Also
when
Angst
anger
bringt immer
expand,
irgendwelche Verdrehungen mit sich.
So when you started to twist, and you need to, so the first step, you find the navel, keep the sternum, break in the middle, the solar plexus. So you started to press that way, press it and hold it and spiral. You started releasing that. But in the whole line, from the solar plexus, the whole line, that you need to releasing it.
Master Chia, actually, you were showing us the points of the abdomen earlier. People couldn't see it, and we were just wondering, could you stand up and show us? Could you actually stand up and show us?
So here, so you touch the navel.
Yeah.
So the navel, actually, the navel is the center of navel. You have one circle, and a bigger and smaller circle, bigger circle, and a larger circle. So this is the whole abdominal area. Okay. Now, when you learn, you have to learn from the navel, and the sharp point of the sternum, and you break in the middle. That is solar plexus. So these two areas, they always jam up. These two areas, navel, solar plexus, they always block because it's involved with the liver, stomach, small intestine. Small intestine is very long organ. They're always, when they have gas, when they have sick energy, when they have wind, or when we have emotional from it. The Tao believe each organ generate negative emotional and it creating wind. When it wind too much, it block, it twists everything. So you need to clear out your intestine. So I always advise people take fiber at least once a week to clear out the stool. Once a week at least. And if you eat too much thing, too much meat, at least you have to do the fiber twice a week to get rid of it. And you can massage. If you have too much stool, you cannot massage. So in the Qi Nei Zhang, I advise people to have fiber or clean out the intestine, or we call colonic, clean them out. And you can do Qi Nei Zhang very well.
Okay, great. Is self-massage as accurate as acupuncture?
Acupuncture is a very small point. And the self-massage use the same acupuncture point, but a major point, bigger point. That means it's the same point, but because the finger and the hand is bigger. So we cover more in the same point, but in that, so we cover the more bigger area. And sometimes we talk about organ area, the whole organ area. Yeah. So that's why the Qi Nei Zhang, you find the point, acupuncture point, and you started to find that area, a problem in the area. It can be sometimes one point and it break out into very big area.
And how do you release fibroids of the uterus?
You have to using more gentle and energy and the color, the finger color. Okay, so we have like the fibroid. Sometimes we have to say that they are cold. When you touch on the area, they are cold or they are hot area. So you did use different color. When they're cold, usually we're using more blue or green light, green color. Okay. And when you cold, we use more, when it's cold,
Mhm.
produce more red and orange color. But when it's hot, we're using more blue and green color, like that. Okay, the color that help a lot.
Yes. Okay. So we have another question. How do we cope with reality shifts and healing the heart?
Again,
How do we cope with reality shifts? So changes in our reality and healing our heart.
you know, the first step, you have to learn how self-cultivation,
Mhm.
because the shift is involved with how human individually deal with it. Human actually, we've gone through so many shifts, but now because the society is so big, that means we don't want to do anything, but there's so many things in the politics, country to country, and when the country and country fighting each other in a, we call a cold war or the financial war or all kind of thing, you know, we are in a war now, okay?
Mm.
And when people are in a war, it's a big shift, a big changes in our life. So in the Tao way that we do the tension, in the Chi Chang one, you laying down, relax and touch the navel, press it and come up to the middle. Keep on making the line. See the line tension. Tension, you know that you in a stress. And now when you're in too much stress, you cannot shift. And the major shift, you need to do a simple inner smile and the seeking out. You know, and that is a basic training.
Mm. And so it's a little bit like having a toolkit or a medical kit with you when you have this Taoist practice.
Yes.
Yeah. And so, Master Chia, do you think it's a good idea for people who want to do the Taoist energy medicine, Taoist healing? Should they know the basics, the inner alchemy practices first?
Yes, the whole Tao practice is first thing you learn how to deal with yourself, learn how to heal yourself. So
Okay.
we say like a medicine box. You have all kind of tools inside here.
Mhm.
That's what many people come and learn. They think that so very rich knowledge, at least written down is 6,000 years. So there are many ways how to take care of yourself, body, soul, and spirit. Okay, body, energy, soul, and spirit. And this is real talking. People say holistic, and I tell you the Tao is 6,000 years of knowledge accumulated down. It's a real holistic practice.
Mm.
Mind, body, soul, and spirit practice. You take care of them well. You have to take care of them all. You have to take care of the mind, body, energy, and the soul and spirit. And this is a systematically, the whole system is systematically you need to do. Like the basic, advanced basic, and the advanced sexual energy and the fusion is the most foundation of the inner alchemy or the inner journey practice.
Mm. So it's a bit like a complete guide when you do those kind of 3 levels. It sets you up then for...
You have an idea about a very basic and a very practical practice.
Okay. And you would apply those concepts then when you're doing Chinate Sang and cosmic healing?
Right.
Similar concepts. Okay.
Yeah.
So another question is, where can I learn all the levels of the microcosmic orbit?
From the first week on the, I think June.
Yeah.
Area. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Some people asking questions about Karsai. So as a Westerner, they maybe feel it's not appropriate or uncomfortable to do sexual organ massage. Can you share with us a little bit about that?
Yes, people can massage from the lower pubic abdominal and the pubic area. That will actually involve with the sexual organ massage.
Okay.
Because all the blood supply, all the sexual organ for women is ovary, uterus is all there.
Mhm.
And for men it's the prostate gland, but the testicle more hanging outside. Yeah.
Okay. So I have another question. How do you heal gum disease?
There are many this in the whole key in the Tao practice. The first thing we're talking about first is that the all in the West. I mean, because of sometimes we said we creating more disease every day, you know. But in my master, I when I learned this, I asked my master, what this disease, how to heal, what that disease, how to heal, and they always give me the question, and sometimes I forget and I ask it, and after that, now I know. So he always said, all you have to do is take care of your five major organs, five major pair of organs. That's all. And the mind, the brain, the mind and the mind and spirit, you take care of them. And the rest easy. Okay. Now you have to study 6 years, 7 years, 8 years, 10 years for the doctor and a specialist. And this is a lot of work. You know, it doesn't mean that it's not good, yes. But in the Tao, we believe that if you get the five major organs, and you can fix a lot of problems yourself.
It makes it very simplified how to maintain our own health, right?
Yes, because every organs come up with so many, when you not take care one organ, it affect the other organ, they come up with so many diseases.
Okay. Yeah. And we can take responsibility for our own health. That's I think one thing that really strikes me about the Taoist practice is that we can really be the masters of our own health and our destiny as well, right? With the practice.
So the Tao said you hold your own destiny and you can change your destiny. That's what the Tao believe that.
Okay. Okay. Another question is, what if your prostate has been removed? Can it still be healed? Or I guess even also the uterus. Many women would also have their uterus removed. So if the prostate or the uterus have been removed.
You know, the Tao always said when we're missing one organ, sometimes we said the energetic organ is there. And sometimes the other organ try to do some kind of job. It's just like we have many organs and they can work as a team also. It's just like when somebody missing, somebody have to work a little bit harder on them. That's why when one organ missing, we have to work harder. Okay, that means you have to keep the organ healthier. Yeah.
Okay. Another question. So we have Kalpesh has just asked a question, and he says that his schedule is quite busy, so he cannot do all of the things you teach. I know you teach a lot, Master Chia. So he wants to ask you, is the inner smile enough for him to do?
Yes, the inner smile is one thing that you learn it. You know, it just like people now go to school when we are young, when they are boy or when we are girl or boy, we learn so much, and a lot of things you learn, you never use it. You know, Tao practice is a whole set of practice, but you see that you learn arithmetic, you learn history, geography, and everything, so many things. But you draw them from when you need it, you see. So that's why in the Tao practice, they really cover, it's just like a university of health. Your mind, body, and soul and spirit is the university of study. It's just not only one pieces. So you learn when people learn for a while, they study. So I really entering another system that really give me a very, very broad idea about the mind, body, energy, and the soul and spirit. It's a technology of the soul and spirit technology system. Yeah. So that's why, but as I said, the inner mind is still my basic thing, you know. Sometimes I sitting there, I close my eyes, just smile. That's all. And you do when you become a habit, you do it.
Right. And it's one that you as a master, you will often come back to that one, right?
Yes, because once you learn the inner mind, you know, everything higher level you use them more in higher level. If you want to get the moon power, all you do is what? Smile to the moon, and that's all. Or shout at the moon differently, right? You just look at the moon, smile at the moon until you feel the energy come to you. So it's very simple, but you have to get the practice. You not say you smile to the moon one time only and you get, no. You have to practice it. So when I look at the moon, I close my eye, I hold the image of moon and I smile. And when I master of smiling to myself, and when I smile to the moon, I feel the moon energy come to me. And it's real. You know?
We have a question here from Solozano, and he says, asking is, with, Bluetooth earphones, do they have any effect on the body's energy, health, and balance? And would Chi Sang help with that?
Any electronic field, sometimes it definitely, humans are very adapted cells that we adapt so much, when the mobile telephone and the Bluetooth coming out, people say this, they affect this, affecting that. But for me, the technology, I use it, and when I need it. When I don't need it, I don't use it. That's it. And that is the whole key, is the technology. It's just like now you said, I don't want to get on an aeroplane, so you can just walk there to wherever you want to go. One day you're going to reach that. But the whole thing is the technology. So that's why the technology part, they definitely have some effect. But in me, I asked my master before one time, and he asked me that if you continue practicing your own energy, you hold your own energy. It's just like you hold your own immune system, so the outside cannot attack the bacteria, the germ cannot attack you easily. So you must hold your own energy. But when people don't hold their energy, anything affect them. So any simple thing, sometimes a noise on the street is affecting them already. So the whole key in my advice is practicing more yourself, and more chi, more energy, more power, more healthy inside yourself. So outside environment cannot affect you too much.
Okay, that's great. Thank you, Master Chia, for explaining that. We have Rampa has the question for you, and she has learned the microcosmic orbit with another master who has since passed away. And she says that he or she, I don't know which, has said they've learned the first 2 levels of microcosmic orbit and would like to learn level 3, which is the mystical dimension. So is that something that you teach, the mystical dimension of the microcosmic orbit?
That is in the fusion and the energy body, and it transfer the energy into the higher cosmic air level. And that is sometimes, my master, he divide the practice into very detailed, but this is many thousand years, not now. Okay. So we talk about level easier.
Yeah.
like fusion of the cosmic energy, fusion of the, we use a simple term that a third dimension, fourth dimension, or something like dimension. But for me, simple level 1, fusion of your internal energy, and level 2, fusion of the cosmos energy, fusion of the universal energy. Yeah.
Okay, and fusion then is
And you still use orbit. Everything is orbit. And you from a smaller orbit to the bigger orbit, to the cosmic orbit, to the universe orbit. Because that is a big orbit. Where, you know, the Earth have one orbit spinning. Okay. And you compare the Jupiter and the Saturn orbit is much bigger than the Earth. But you compare the Sun orbit, that's very big orbit. You know? Okay.
great. Okay, thank you so much for that, Master Chia. I'm just going to do a quick check to see if we have any more questions for people, but also just to let people at home know that, you know, these are the kind of questions that you get a chance to ask Master Chia directly. You can come onto a video and have this one-to-one experience, ask him directly your questions during the workshops. So we can, yeah, so you have that opportunity to do that. Okay, Master Chia, we are going to do a few kind of practical questions about the workshops and things like that. But before we go on to that, would you like to just give a little invite to people and about, you know, what your hopes are for the summer and why you'd like people to be there? I know you love to teach people online, so yeah.
You know, I love this practice, and that it become my life, you know. Okay. And the more I teach, the more I love the practice, because it's really, I do it myself. That is why, and I teach so many people. And oftentimes, wherever I go, I always get good feedback from people. And they really like the practice, and they see the result. So the practice is actually my favor, especially the healing part. As I mentioned also before that, like the Qin Zhang technique, cosmic healing. Cosmic healing, you know, sometimes, you know, suddenly, you know, every day, the color changes inside in every day, because the earth move and the star get close to us, and the sun changes and everything changes and the color changes. So sometimes I'm sitting there, so I wonder, said, today what color? You know, and it changed. It doesn't mean that. So somebody, as I said, that, oh, this is the lucky color of the day. But the color changes every day. So sometimes you're sitting there, and I haven't looked for any color, and the sun just the color coming. I say, oh, today this color coming. You see, so the color changes every day, and the luck of this color, that means it is involved with our life. And so when you learn all these things, you started to really like. Like sometimes I don't feel well somewhere, I just open my palm, ask the color, ask the light, ask the force connecting with it, and bring it down, and I feel good. Sometimes I said, is there just imagination? No, it's real. Not visualization, not imagination, but it's real. It actualization. So we call it's not visualization, but it actualization. So the Tao practice is, I learned, is the actualization. It's really happened. So the healing also went hand on. So we have energetic part and hand on. Hand on is sometimes energetic part can do certain job. Sometimes the mindset can do certain job, and the hand-on can do a certain job. So each one have a different kind of healing modality. So all you learn is from energy, from the energetic, the nature and the universe, and hand-on on you, and energetic work. So I like this practice a lot because there are few thousand years passing down. So that's why, and I've been teaching this one so many years, and many people learn that. Only that you need to master them. So you need some time to master it.
Right. And Master Chia, can I ask you one more question? Because people often say that they feel this energy transmission. And can you explain to us what's happening? Because I know people say that they feel it much stronger, they understand the practice, they have more powerful experiences when they do it live with you, even online, even when you're in Thailand, somebody could be in America or Europe, or anywhere in the world, and somehow they're feeling this very strong experience of energy. So can you tell us what's happening?
You know, because I'm working with energies so many years, and the whole key about the Tao practice is developing the eyes, because the eyes transmission is like laser, okay, a laser beam. So that one we will start it to we will have this in the cosmic healing. This is the first time we will teaching in the cosmic healing part, because with the eye and some part in the Qin and Chang also with the iris, because the iris, so they are different with the iris and the whole eyes. Okay, the iris is just like very condensed laser beam light. Now the whole universe, that what we know that is covered with violet light. Okay, the dark violet light, and this is the major light of the universe. That's what we know. So we call the dark violet light. So this dark violet light cover the whole universe, and interconnecting with everything. Light is the Wi-Fi. So my energy, when it connecting with the violet light, it can transmitting to any, because this violet light is like interconnecting together like Wide Web. And this energy, when I tap in, I can transfer, I can transmit it to people, and people can feel that energy. Yeah.
That's great. Thank you so much, Master Chia. Okay, so just to let everybody know, let everybody know that we have the promotional offer at the moment. So for the next 48 hours, there is 20% off. Use the coupon code SUMMER 2021. And if you book within an hour, you're going to get those free ebooks, Cosmic Healing 1, which is a fascinating read. So interesting to learn with working with energy, and Qinei Tsang 1. This is essential reading for anybody who's interested in knowing more about Qinei Tsang. So we have just a couple of logistical questions that have come through. So some people are asking, is there a package for all of the courses? So yes, we have a super reduced rate if you book all 7 weeks, and you can get 20% off that if you book in the next 48 hours. Okay, then a question is it an online retreat or is it in Thailand? So it's not an in-person workshop at all. It is just online. Somebody else is asking, what if I can't join live? So if you can't join live, you do get recordings, and you can catch up. The recordings are usually sent later in the day. You can catch up with them after. And also you have access to these recordings until the end of October. So it's a real opportunity to be able to review all of the teachings. Somebody else is asking, can you learn this process? So can you learn Qi Tsang or cosmic healing just for yourself, your family or friends? Or is it only a training for people who want to be a practitioner or do it professionally? And so absolutely, you can just learn this to do on yourself, your family, friends. It's a great toolkit to have that you can use and help people out. Do you need to be a body worker or a therapist to learn Taoist healing? No, not at all. Lots of people go into these trainings without having a previous qualification. Although we do recommend that you would have like the inner alchemy practices. They can really help, like Master Chia explained. They are the basis. And first of all, you also need to work on yourself first. So to heal yourself first before you start to work on healing others. How much does it cost? So the workshops are €330. With 20% off, that's $270. And like I mentioned, if you book all 7 weeks or all 4 weeks, you get an extra 20% off of that again. Advanced inner alchemy, can beginners do that? Yes, the advanced inner alchemy practice is also open to beginners. With the advanced inner alchemy, Master Chia just goes a little bit deeper into the practices. Sometimes he teaches inner alchemy in 2 days. And for this particular workshop, he's doing it in 4 days. So that's why we call it the advanced inner alchemy. Another question, after COVID settles down, is there any plan to have any courses in Thailand again? And we're all waiting for Tao Garden to open so we can go and visit Master Chia in his beautiful retreat center. So yes, definitely when everything has settled down, Tao Garden will be opening up again, and you'll get notifications of that on the mailing list. Is it possible to go for certification after the course? Yes, it's possible to go for certification after the course. I might just very quickly invite Yuta just to share a little bit about the certification process for Qi Tsang. So Yuta, thanks. Hi Yuta, how are you? We see you.
For the certification is like that. You attend one Qi Tsang level, like Qi Tsang 1, Qi Tsang 2, 3, or 4, or 5, and then after that you collect your cases. And you collect depending on the level, but for Qi Tsang 1, you need 70, and for Qi Tsang 2 as well. And this is always the basis, so Qi Tsang 1. So whatever you want to learn, you always have to go back first to Qi Tsang 1, and then you can continue with any other level. So Qi Tsang 1 is a really great teaching, very beneficial, and also helping you for yourself. All is helping you as well to stay healthy and strong. And when you attend the workshop with Master Chia in the summer retreat online, you have to look out for somebody, a Universal Healing Tao Qi Tsang teacher or senior teacher, who can give you the hand-on practice after the Master Chia's workshop. Because you need both together, and when you have both, then you can collect your cases. So from last year, we had quite a number of people who were collecting their cases, who had a teacher showing them the hands-on practice. And even now, during the COVID, we could continue developing the Qi Tsang in the world. Once you have collected your cases, you need to attend a second training in the same level. Like now for Qi Tsang 1, you need to go again for Qi Tsang 1. And you can use any, you can attend to, you can look out for any Universal Healing Tao Chin Tsang senior teacher in your country, attend a second workshop, and then you will be evaluated by your teacher. And you bring your case studies along. And when everything is fine, case studies are correctly filled in, and your massage is very well, then you will become a Universal Healing Tao Chin Tsang practitioner. And you will be found in the Universal Healing Tao website, in the database, so people can find you when they look, because now more and more people in the world, they're really actually looking for Chin Tsang practitioners. The thematic intestine has become really a big thing in many alternative levels, you know. So people talk much more about immunity, and yes, now through COVID even more. And more people understand that immunity is in our 5 major organs and in our intestine. That's where the immunity is. And yeah, so Chin Tsang is a great tool for this as well, to build up our immunity.
Great. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Jutta. So we have a couple of questions about translation. And so just to let you know that we do have a translation service. If we have enough people interested in a particular language, we have translation available. So the languages we typically offer translation in are French, German, Spanish, Italian, Portuguese. We also have Chinese, Russian, and we've had it in Slovakian. We've also had it in Romanian language. So if you're interested in a particular language, you can also email hello@mantakchia.com, and we can look into having a language translation service for you. Okay. So just to say thank you to everyone, Master Chia, I'll hand it over to you to say the final goodbye to everybody.
So I'm really sincere invite you to join the class. You know, you learn something for really, as I say, it's very good. Okay, I really like the practice, and I devote my life. It's a full-time job for nearly 40 years, more than 40 years now, and nearly 40, 50 years. So this is my life. And now more and more people actually see the practice is important and like it, and they really like it. Okay, so I also like you to investigate this practice. It's a real mind, body, soul, and spirit practice. It's a real practice, you know, not only a concept or a philosophy part. No, not that part. But you really have. I mean, the Tao Te Ching is the most highly philosophy concept, but the energetic Tao and alchemy practice is the real practice. Yeah, so you have mind, body, and spirit, and the soul and spirit practice. Okay, so I sincerely invite you. So thank you.